This is it, my friends. I saved the best for last. An incredibly unique DIY piece of functional art that will no doubtedly attract shoppers to your booth at your local craft fair. And as always, I'll teach you step by step how to do it. So let's get started. If you enjoy this video, please remember to subscribe. Are you an aspiring pour artist that would like to know how to thin acrylic paint the right way? Are you struggling with your blow dryer when blowing paint? Or maybe you want to learn how to use those fancy shimmering pigments in your art? If so, I have the class for you. I'm now taking deposits for an in-person 6-hour class here in Connecticut. Come learn the right way to thin down acrylic paint and achieve the proper composition you are looking for. Not only can you learn a lot in this class, but you can take that knowledge home and create some beautiful functional art that even you can try to sell at your local craft fair. So if you're interested in learning more, send me an email, artbytammy@yahoo.com. Hope to see you there. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another video. So today's going to wrap up the 4 weeks of the Craft Show Cash Cow series. And I've saved the best one for last. So what you're looking at here is a folding tray table that you can buy at Walmart for $10.92 each. One reason I do well at the craft fairs is because I like to bring items that not many people create. Now, this is a big one because I've never seen somebody at any of the craft shows that I've gone to with folding tray tables for sale that are designed with any type of art. Now, sure, I've seen woodworkers that have, folding tray tables that they make that are just stained, but I've never seen them with a design on the top except for mine. And again, this is in my area. So they are unique. They are an attention getter. People see something like this and they're like, wow, that is really cool. I would love to have my cup of coffee and cereal on that in the morning while watching my favorite show. And because they are only $10.92 each, there's a big profit to be made. And you don't have to sell them. I know sometimes people want a set of 4, but not everybody needs a set of 4. So you can sell them just single. And that's what I do. This is also another one of those items where if you have a large open area, you can throw down a tarp, put down, 4, 8 of them, and bam, 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 make one after the other. Let it dry, put a nice resin finish over the top. It costs me all of $17 to make them. So again, good profit. I actually went and did the math and calculated all my supplies that I would need to do this, and it came up to about $17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some paint with you so you know how to do that, and then we're going to go through this step by step and hopefully have you on your way to creating some folding tray tables that you can sell at your local craft show. And again, I just want to reiterate, when you make things to sell, try to make unique things that not everyone else is trying to do. Okay, to mix your paints, this is going to be extremely simple. You're going to take whatever colors you want. Now, these measurements are for a medium body paint. Like in the tube, this just happens to be a bigger container of Amsterdam's standard series acrylic paint. But if it's in a tube, this is what you're going to do, okay? You're going to take about a grape size amount, I would say. Like a large grape. Let me just show you. I'd say it's about a tablespoon worth of paint in the end. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add some Floetrol to the cup. or pouring medium, whatever you're using, until the cup is about, I don't know, half to 3/4 full. Okay, so just pour it in. It's a little over half full. Give it a mix. Okay, it's going to be pretty thick when you're done with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tablespoon, exactly a tablespoon of water to this cup. I'll even use a tablespoon. Pour that in, mix it all around, and you're good to go. So that's how I'm going to mix up all my colors today. I just realized I demonstrated with black the one color I need the most of. So this is nowhere near enough, but you get the gist. And see how it flows off the stick in one nice steady stream. No ploop, ploop, ploop. That's what you want. All right, so that's how all of the colors that I'm using today are mixed. For prep work with these TV trays from Walmart specifically, you need to tape the underneath so that it stays nice and clean. For the surface, I'm not doing anything to it. It's a solid piece of wood. Had it been one of those pieces of furniture that have a very thin laminate on the top that looks like wood because it's not real wood, and you'll be able to tell just by looking at the side, there will be a little seam where you can see the side of it and then the top where they kind of glued it together. If it's one of those, you're going to have to prep it. But this here, real wood, I'm not going to do anything except pour over it. The most important thing to remember, however, is to not see this through your paint. The first paint you put down on the surface needs to be an opaque color, which is why I'm using black today. I'm going to do a really elegant look for this one. But just so you know, I've done oceans on these. I've done all kinds of things, all right? So possibilities are endless for design. If you don't know whether or not you should prep it or not, prep it. I'm telling you, I'm not prepping mine, but if you want to prep yours, I would take some sealant. I think Kills sells a white one where you just spray it on and it'll seal the whole thing off. But I don't need to do that because these are real wood. Okay, so for today, I'm going for a very elegant yet simple look. So the way I'm going to achieve that is just by using black as a base and some copper, gold, silver, bronze, a little bit of white. And I'm going to just blow it out around the edges with the blow dryer. Now, I had mentioned about taping the underneath. It is important that if you're going to use the blow dryer on the tabletop, you must tape off the legs if you want to keep them clean. I was not worried about it because I planned on spray painting the bottom of the legs black. I thought that would be a nice touch. However, if you do a technique on this tabletop that doesn't include using a blow dryer, for example, if you wanted to do a ring pour or a swipe on top, there's a good possibility if you're really careful, you won't hit the legs with the paint that's dripping down, but you're definitely going to want to tape them off if you want to keep them the natural wood color if you're using the blow dryer. To be safe, I would honestly just tape everything off underneath there, but again, it's totally up to you what you're going to do with the bottom part. As I said, spray painted them black, and you'll see that in the end. So let me talk about what I'm doing here. I'm just layering down my colors one on top of the other, no particular order. And then I'm just going to do a simple blowout design and let it dry before I move on to finishing it. Last year, I made a total of 8 of these tables and I sold 5 of them. I sell my tables for $75 a piece. If I make a set of 4, however, I will offer a discount to entice people. So I'll put them out there for sale for $250 for a set of 4. And I have sold sets of 4 before, but I think people like the single option. It's a lot more easier for somebody to come up with $75 than it is $250. So what I like to do is design just different designs on the tabletop, but that kind of go together. Like if I were to design one for this one here to match it, I would maybe do a black, gold, copper, silver ring pour on the next one, just so the colors match, but the design is different. Again, I'm just spouting stuff off here to give you some kind of a directive, some inspiration. You can do whatever you want. As I said before, I've done resin oceans on these. They come out beautiful, and possibilities are endless. You do have to have room, though, to create them. As you see, I'm outside on my back patio doing this, and then when it was done, I very carefully moved it in the house after it stopped really dripping, and then let it dry in my art studio. And here it is after I've blown it out. I'm very happy with this. It looks so classy, so elegant, and I just know I'll be able to sell this one. Look at those beautiful effects, by the way. Nothing beats a good old acrylic pour with American Floetrol. So now I'm going to put it away, let it dry, and then we're going to come back and finish it off. So here we are 2 days later, already dry. You can see I have some blue tape there. I actually spray painted the legs off camera with some black spray paint. You'll see that at the end of the video, how that turned out. I didn't feel that you needed to see me doing, just spray painting legs. However, I did that. And what I did was I taped them off, closed the table down so it would lay flat on my work table. And now I'm using some KS Liquid Art Ultra UV resin as a sealant. You can use varnish if you'd like. However, resin will give a nice solid surface to the table and protect that artwork. When you use resin, you want to make sure that you use one that is formulated for things like hot cups and cold cups that will be placed on top of it. And this resin works perfect for that. So what I did was I just poured 8 ounces of that resin on the surface, and I'm slowly just working it towards the edge. At this point, I am not pushing it over the edge. I'm just bringing it right up to the lip there. Once I get it spread out over the top, then I will come in with my hand and slowly work it over the edge and rub it into the edge. Now, if you have an area where you can do this that's safe from pets and the floor is level, you can do this technically with the table open. Just keep the legs on the ground as if it were just standing in a room, and then proceed to coat it. The resin will drip straight down onto whatever you have on your floor, the tarp, a tablecloth, whatever you put down there, and it will not hit the legs because it's not like you're blowing it around and it's flying everywhere. You're taking your time and you're just coating the surface with it. So you can do it with the legs open. Just make sure the underneath of the table is taped so that after it dries, you can peel the drips off from underneath. So now I have my torch and I'm just popping the bubbles and I'm going to put it to rest for 24 hours. And now this is what it looks like. Ta-da! Look at this piece of gorgeous furniture. Who wouldn't want to have their breakfast or their dinner watching TV on top of that baby? Come on. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm in love with it, and I hope you are too. There's the legs. Again, I just used some matte black spray paint and sprayed them down. They are beautiful. The resin finish is beautiful. The colors sparkle, and I just couldn't be any happier. I want to thank you for joining me throughout this series. It was just such a great time showing you some of the things that I've been successful at selling. Again, everything I say in these videos applies to my area. I hope you have a very active area that offers craft shows for you to try to get out there and sell your art. And I hope more than anything that you are successful. So that wraps up the craft show cash cows, where you saw me make all of these different things to sell at the craft show. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back. Be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment as it helps my channel grow. Check out the description for ways to follow me, contact me, and discounts on the products that I use and love. I love you all, and until the next time, happy pouring.